Hey, what's up everybody? Music Lab DF here with another video, and in today's video we are going to go over making a song. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, how I basically made this one, and I got this idea because I was actually working on a song last night, and I was like, let me just make a video since it's a very quick song. I can show you guys how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to fix the words, and exactly all the way from point A to point B. So let's jump right into it. So as you see here, I already had the lyrics done, and actually these lyrics are really old. I just was trying to revamp the song. So I made the lyrics, put them in ChatGPT, and really what I was trying to get from ChatGPT is for them to give me a style of the song. So I really had some inspiration from Drake's 5 a.m. in Toronto. So for mine, I was gonna do 5 a.m. in Chicago. So all I did was really ask. I put my lyrics in, and then I asked like, hey, what kind of name would you put for the song? It gave me multiple names. I was gonna go with 5 a.m. in Chicago anyways, but also before this, I was also asking it what type of beat, and I just fell in love with the boom bap beat style, and honestly, that's usually one of my favorites. So we'll go over here to Suno. As you can see, I generated the song. Now I did go through maybe 5 to 10 songs, and just so you guys know, like it's never gonna be a one time and done, and then you're clicking that. I think that's very amateur. So you'd always want to generate at least a dozen songs and then choose because Suno's not going to get it right. And the closest they can get it to right is how specific you are with your prompts. So like for mine, this is for the beat, I did this prompt right here. And I think I chose through like 5 different songs and I got stuck on this one. I fell in love with this one, the flow, everything. Um, and here I could play it so you can hear it real quick.
Uh, new, yo. City feels cold before sunrise. Street lights flicker in my mind. I walk the roads I once burned
As you
down.
see, I didn't make it too long. Like I said, it was a minute and 17 seconds, so I'm good on that. But let's get right into it. So we're gonna go here, here. I'm going to extract only the vocals and instrumentals. Remember, I say do this because you don't want to waste too many credits, especially if, let's say, you're tweaking the song or fixing stuff and it's too many errors and you don't want it, or it's just not going to work out. You don't want to waste 50 credits. I normally do this once I know the song is for 100% good. Then I'll extract all the stems and get the backing vocals, the other instrumental sounds, stuff like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm usually always good with this, and I only do this for the backing vocals if there are any, and then sometimes I'll create my own ad libs if I need to, etc., stuff like that. But usually this is the best way you want to go. So we're gonna extract these, and we're gonna download each one. All right, now once you have it downloaded, wherever you have, I'm going to take it, and we are going to go to kits.ai now, and now we're going to clone the voice. Let's go with this one. Boom. It's gonna create a project. I already have my voice already in here, so this is the last voice that I was working on that I was cloning, so it's already in here. I'm gonna let it change and convert. Okay, looks like it's done.
Oh,
And normally I will play it just to hear it. It depends on how I feel. Sometimes I'll play it here. Sometimes I'll just wait till I import it in BandLabs or Vegas or whatever editing software you're using. But in this case, it's already okay because I just previously just changed it. But normally it will say too high. Now remember, you can always change your pitch sound. So if I wanted it to sound exactly like my model, it would be more. It would be more in the green, so like great and stuff like that. But I usually prefer it to sound okay. But that's just my preference. Okay, now once you have it done, we're gonna click download and download that song. Or download our voice. Once you do that, it'll be in wherever your downloads are. And now we're gonna go over to the editing software. I'm using Vegas in this tutorial. So now here we are in Vegas. I'm going to put the song, I'm gonna put the instrumental, and I'm gonna put the voice that I just did, that I just cloned in here. And then here we are. And then here, let's hear our sounds real quick. Now, normally I'll just put them both in here and then play it out just to hear what my voice sounds like over the beat. And if I like it, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And if I do, I'll be like, oh, okay, it sounds really good. Now let me edit all the things that could go wrong or that the clone messed up. Now, normally I'll put the beat a little bit lower than the vocals just so I can hear clearly what he's saying and making sure it's matching. So let's hear how it sounds.
oh, oh, oh. You. Yo, yo, yo. City feels cold before sunrise, Street lights flicker in my mind, I walk the roads I once burned down.
Okay, that's okay. Me personally, I don't like the beginning of the clone. I would either cut this out or I'll redo it, which most likely I'm just gonna cut it out and mute it. Now if you notice, the clone, remember the clone gets everything. So the echoes, the reverb, like all that extra stuff. So be very mindful of that. And typically that's the stuff that I'm correcting. I'm just taking out the echoes. For the most part, it's very few word mess ups. But if you do have word mess ups, you have two options. Either one, you redo your clone to adjust to those words, especially if it's a song or a beat you really like. Or what I noticed is if you just regenerate multiple songs, for some reason the clone will get it right on the next song. So even though he messed up one word on this song, if I regenerate the same song with the same lyrics, he'll get the word right in the next one. It's very odd. Again, it's completely random, but it's totally up to you because there has been some songs where it's like, no, I really like this one. I like this beat specifically. Like I don't want to generate another one. If that's how you feel, I would strongly suggest either one, doing the clone again with that problem word and fixing it, or you can simply just cut out the word and re-record it yourself and just adapt and change the tone of it to make sure it matches on here, like I showed you earlier with the pitch control, and then you're fine. Which I've done that on a couple songs as well, especially when it was like maybe one or two words throughout the whole song. I wasn't gonna sit here and scrap the whole song just because one word was messed up. Or depending on how your clone says the word, you might be able to get away with it. And if it bothers you that it either mumbled it or mispronounce, like it mispronounced it like a little bit, it's not a big deal. Totally up to you. But let's get back to editing this. So I'm gonna take out that beginning part. So it's gonna sound like this. It's gonna be quiet from the start. The beat getting up.
Yo,
Okay.
yo.
Okay. I see those last 2 points right here. Is the echo. I'm gonna take those out. Personally, I don't like that. So I'm gonna do that. Mute it out. Now let me hear it again.
Yo. City feels cold before sunrise, Street lights flicker in my mind,
Alright, so I'm gonna take out those echoes. Me personally, you could keep them. I think they're fine generally, but me being a perfectionist the way I am, I would leave that to the engineer to do the echoing and like also all the other effects because I send him a reference track of like, cause he knows how I'm doing this. So I'll send him my stuff and I'll send him a reference track like, hey, this is my vocals, but here's the actual song and here's how I want you to make me sound like this song, basically. So, but to go back to it, we are going to do this. Okay, so actually I skipped a little ahead. So before I even get to this point, normally I'll hear it. I'll hear it with my voice and then I'll go back to Suno because we always want to make sure the words are right. So if you memorize the words, that's fine too. But here I'm gonna play the song and then I'm gonna go through the lyrics at the same time because this is usually my way of making sure that the words are right and catching words that are wrong.
City feels cold before sunrise, Street lights flicker in my mind, I walk the roads I once burned down, Now every step is measured time. I speak with purpose, not emotion. Silence is more than noise. Most people talk to feel important. I move like I already chose. I fight my wars off the record, peace maintained, but I stay sharp. But focus hard becomes a weapon when discipline becomes an art. I left the rooms with no direction. Crowds dissolving, pressure grows. Same was laughing, lost connection. Now they watch me move alone. I carry weight without reaction. Losses taught me how to span.
Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much on point. There's not really much editing I have to do.
For things I never
I think it was just really this beginning part, and the echoes, which I'm going to fix now. And actually, I mean, I might just keep that, honestly. It's not that big a deal. As long as the echoes weren't, completely terrible, it's fine. But this was an easy song to fix, and this is usually how you want it. You don't want it to be a lot of editing you have to do, because normally the process is what you saw me do at the beginning of the video. Then once we get here, very minimal editing, and then now I just render out my vocals and the instrumental, and then I'll send to my engineer, and then he makes it sound, professional and good to post on streaming platforms. But okay, that concludes today's video. Let me know if you guys have any questions or concerns in the comments below, and I'll reply. And leave a like if you'd like, if you thought this was helpful. In the next video, I will be sharing how to fix the AI clone's mistakes. So any little bits that I've been learning across the way, how to perfect it as much as possible. So stay tuned. Thank you.